Hi everyone, my name is Jessica and I am going to be your host for today, and we are looking at Salesforce. We will be looking at what Salesforce is, the uses of Salesforce, and key terms we should know. This video is also part 1 of 3 within this series, Getting Started. Alrighty, here's the presentation, and again, remember this is part 1 of 3. So what is Salesforce and why should it matter? Salesforce is a CRM, which is a customer relationship management software. It's cloud-based, which means it can be synchronized in a lot of technology today. It can be seen within your phone, it can be seen within your computer and other forms. You can also connect it within an existing website. And CRMs, as well as cloud-based software, also aid businesses of any shape, size, and form. It can help businesses that are barely starting, growing, and within the customers, getting orders shipped, receiving any order or tickets through their website will also be incorporated with Salesforce, and they are able to see it once again through their phone or their laptop or any device because it is cloud-based. It can also help large companies, companies that have a lot of information coming in and out, and so it kind of helps manage all that information in one spot. There's also a nonprofit pack, which is very helpful for nonprofits, where you have to consistently create that communication with representatives of the city, the state, and maybe just people who want to donate, as well as funding that you can find somewhere else. This is a great platform to kind of bridge everything together, and like I said, helps any business. It aids it in all possible ways. It can aid the business in and out, right? We'll talk more about how it works internally, but just a quick thing also, Salesforce was founded in 1999, making it 21 years old in 2020. And the founders list, as you can see, includes Mark Benioff. And Mark Benioff is a former Oracle executive. A fun fact about Salesforce is that it's one of the biggest buildings within San Francisco, and the headquarters of Salesforce is based in San Francisco, called the Salesforce Tower, and it rightfully so, as you can tell here, earned its name. I want to actually also show you a video about of Mark Benioff being interviewed by Boomerang. Boomerang is a business commentary newsletter that anyone can sign up to, and this is one of their interviews.
Times.
They're exciting times, and I guess everybody's making money, but you have your critics. How are you going to position Salesforce within the new technology? You're one of the few technology guys in Happy Valley here. Well, how are you going to reposition, not for the next 12 months, but for the next 5 years? I can't imagine where my iPhone 7 is in 5 years.
Well, I'll tell you the thing that's amazing about CRM, when we started our business in 1999, like you said, CRM or customer management was nascent, a small market, but it'll be the largest segment of enterprise software by 2020, $100 billion TAM. And today we're number one in that segment, and we're really continuing to innovate and look for ways that we can help our customers become more successful.
One of the things that's so important here is the concept of Apple, not only the trajectory.
Alrighty, as you can see, Mark Benioff stated in 2020 they'll be one of the biggest CRMs out there, and rightfully so. 2020 has come, and they are. It's ongoing development of its own software, and there's always new updates that are created to better the business. So what are some uses of Salesforce within the business, right? It's not just about connecting to the customers, but also it can help the business run smoothly and help administration. Soft fields are based on relationship within employees, employers, and one another, right? A lot of cooperations within people, so people skills. Administration and HR falls within these. Uses within the business are for automation and streamlining communication. So I can send an email, and that email will be both logged and also will be seen by the person who I'm sending it, and that can all just be, like I said, once it's recorded, it'd be able to easily go back and understand the relationship within the business and the customer, as well as the relationship that's been ongoing from one employee to another. This can be used by listing job openings. So once it's connected to your already set up website, you can make sure that you have job openings, and you can also start the application process within that, and you can go through and see who's the better fit for the business as people are submitting their applications. There's also a setting to set up reminders, automated reminders, which will help create task and reporting within the company. It can also sort and orient training plans. So for HR representatives trying to get everything together, it can also create an easier streamline within that. Hard skills are more tech-based. This can be IT services, repairs within the company, coding as well. Don't be afraid of the word coding. Salesforce has made a platform where you can also do a drag and drop design within Salesforce. But if you want to continue working on your coding skills, you can of course do that by creating your own code for Salesforce. Everyone is able to use Salesforce. That's the key thing. For IT services, everything's in one place, so you can look at what's happening through a similar platform that the coworker is working. So imagine being part of IT and being told, hey, I can't log in, what's going on, I'm trying to log in. So IT is able to send a password changing link to the employee, which will avoid further delays within any reporting or any type of communication that is extremely important within a growing business. It is also automated updates to resolve cases. That means when IT services receive any cases, there's a queue that automatically places who came before who, and prioritizes services that need to be done. And since everything is synchronized, the IT provider will be able to understand and see what's going on, as well as the administrator from any device. It can also help track hardware assets. So I would be able to, as an administrator, would be able to see login times, communication, and so will IT services or any coding. So I wanted to go over with you on some key terminology that you would need to know for Salesforce. Now, Salesforce, again, is a cloud-based software, and therefore understanding the terminology is very important, because you would need to know what everything's talking about when you're trying to be an admin or be the IT service provider. So database, you can think of it as a giant Excel sheet. This is where you will put and store information and store it in a specific way. For example, name on one side, contact phone number, and email address. Those are things that you can be placed in the database. They'll have a different format, but it's still the same thing, where it's easy to find and click and connect. So the app is a set of objects, fields, and other functionalities. This means that if you're going to look into Salesforce platform, which will be in part 2, heads up, this will mean you can click on one app, and that will have all the information for a certain case or objects within that. And you can also find them, they're like folders. So when you're putting something away and you're trying to store it in a manner that is well organized, you would put it in a folder with a label. That's exactly what apps does. So database spreadsheet, the spreadsheet goes inside the app, right? The spreadsheet goes inside the folder. Now, objects are tables that store particular information. That means from database, you know how you have the contact information, the name, all that stuff. So now objects are specifically. So objects will be the name, where you would type in the name of the person or the phone number or the method of communication that they prefer. These are all, you can change objects. Some are customizable, some are standard, and we'll go over that on part 3. So I urge you to continue watching this series to get part 3 and understand how to create your own custom objects. Fields. Fields are columns in the objects database. That means you will have certain sections that will apply to that one object. So a lot of this is embedded, and I would gladly go through in more detail if you would like. So leave a comment down below so I can understand where I can get more information for you guys, and obviously I'll be citing all sources that I used here today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and again, this is part 1 of the Getting Started series for Salesforce.